When you hear that and you feel that reverence, man, reminiscing about it, what is that feeling like for you every time we get to this time of year?
Man, well, first off, it's an honor to be here. Thanks for having me, guys. Be part of this great conversation. It's nothing like being at the pinnacle of basketball world right now, especially the NBA. I mean, playing into literally the last day of the season. It's something you kind of dream of as a kid. I pray that all your family's doing well too. Man, for me, I'm excited just to see a new champion parade, sort of say. I'm ready to see this new blood, this new generation kind of get to it. They're part of history now. We haven't had a Game 7 since 2016. That's an incredible feat. I still remember Game 7 like it was yesterday. A lot of the guys from the 2016 team remember that as well. I mean, we etched our names forever, and one of the hardest, toughest sports championships. We beat each other up all season. We get to the playoffs, we rough each other up even more so, and then you're battling your brothers, you're battling your peers, you're trying to find little weaknesses to take advantage of. But I feel like all that kind of goes out the window once Game 7 hits. And it's about the best last man standing. So I'm excited for these young guns to get to it, and some of the veterans that are playing this.
Kyrie, obviously your preparation was elite throughout the whole playoffs. Tell the people what is different. Yeah, listen, look, we kept you right. I throw you a couple passes. But what was different about that day to you, right? What was different about that time? Did it feel different? Was the air a little bit hotter? Were you more focused? Like, what was your mindset, especially on that long old bus ride from San Francisco all the way to Oakland?
Yeah, right from Oracle right to the hotel downtown in San Fran. I mean, Shannon, I think you could speak to this too, man. I believe our walkthroughs were amazing. We had great preparation meetings. We all knew each other's games really well. Us as teammates. We did everything we could to put ourselves in a great position to take it over the line, take it over the finish line. In order to finish the job, in order to win a championship, you have to have all 15, 17 guys, including coaching staff, executive leadership. Everybody's got to be on the same page. So you don't want to go in with any negative energy. You want to stay positive, and I think that's what I tried to do getting ready for Game 7 is it's easier said than done, but remaining positive is like, even if your routine is thrown off just a smidget, just roll with it. Like, just roll with the punches. Game 7, I didn't sleep prior to the game. I barely slept the night before. My hands were sweaty. I was incredibly nervous. It was legacy on the line. So I understood the moment, but once I got to the court, once I got to the arena in general, and I got a chance to ground myself, I felt right at home. The first half was a little up and down for me, but once I got into the rhythm in the second half, I felt like no one could beat us. And that was the confidence that we had in that team all year long. And I see the similar confidence with the Pacers and OKC for sure.
Kyrie, Steve Smith here, and I was there
Smitty,
watching you guys. I call you the bus driver, and I want to say you talked about the routine. You talked about the preparation, but I learned from this guy when I was young. The scariest player on the floor is a guy with imagination. So if I've always watched you with an imagination, there's some great players in this league, but there's only a few that have imagination, and I think you know what I'm talking about, where it doesn't matter. I played this in my head, and I had the skills to make that move, but not only not be afraid of that move. Can you walk me through that?
Yeah, well, I mean, it starts in your foundation, how you build it. And the foundation I'm referring to is when you're working out. You're in the summertime and then leading up into the season, and then having the confidence to go out and try a lot of these skillful moves. In Game 7, it's really about best man wins, but if you have an imagination, you're creative, and you feel like you're unguardable, then it's the perfect situation. We get to see some special things go on throughout the game, or I feel like we've seen some special things go on throughout the series, but in Game 7, you're going to see some even more special things. I'm looking forward to a high-level game. I see Shai. He's, in that same category. I feel like in that creativity and imagination. I feel like Tyrese is getting there as well. He's flourishing, even though he's been a little banged up. But I think Nembhard has some of those qualities as well. Guys that have the ball in their hands and are able to create shots, this is that game for you that I feel like you can maximize on taking advantage of the opportunities that are going to be there for you. So it's an exciting matchup. I see a lot of similarities in comparison to some of the guys that are out there on the floor, but I'm looking forward to them going into that deep imagination bag and really pulling out some bags of tricks that will become highlights for years to come. So,
Kyrie, when we talk about your creativity and your imagination, but also your skill development and foundation. Now, I'm going to take you back to Golden State Game 7, right side of the court. You in front of Golden State's bench. You got the ball on the right side, and you got Curry guarding you. You wanted to use some imagination, but when he jumped to that left hand, what I saw is, oh, I work on this right side step. That's my shot. I do this every day. That's my warm-up. That's my practice. When he jumped left and you was able to go right, how big a smile did you have inside? Knowing that, okay, I practice this shot every day.
Yeah, well, thank you, big bro. It reminded me of some of the shots that, you know, some of my peers would make fun of me for when I was a kid. You know, owners or skill development guys would tell me, like, you know, not a lot of righties shoot off a hezzy going right or a sidestep going right. We know about, you know, one of the best sidesteppers of all time, James Harden. You know, he has that move down packed where he's able to kind of jump from one side to the right to the left side and still get his shot off. So for me, when I was matched up with Steph on that play, you know, all I was thinking was, let me create enough space on this jump shot. So once I gave him a little bit of a jab, gave him a little bit of in and out, and he jumped, I really felt like he didn't have an idea that I was going to go to that shot either, or I had it in my bag. So it worked out well, but in that moment, all I could think about was just keeping my right elbow tucked. This is a shot I've worked on since I was very young, and I've mastered it now. You guys know on this panel, when you're shooting off the dribble, not so much Shannon, he's not like off the dribble shooting. We told him
y'all
four
like
dribble
assists.
max.
Y'all like assists. That's why I
You
don't
know,
dribble.
pick and pop. We know his game. You know what I mean? Throw it down to him once a game. But
that's all I need.
but I felt like that moment. It was. I relished in that moment again because it was something that I've been able to create in my head, and then to be able to do it live in the game. And when you're shooting going right or you're shooting going left, you know you have to aim the basketball a certain type of way because of the velocity of your body and the way it's moving. So I was just thinking about my timing and just making sure he didn't get a great contest. I felt like he had a good contest, but he didn't get a great one. If he got a great one, it probably would have made the shot a little bit tougher. But he got a decent contest, and I was able to hit that shot, and I was definitely smiling inside because I felt like that created the separation we needed to go win that basketball game.
All right, last question for you, Kyrie. It's actually twofold, and we're going to be optimistic here, right? Hopefully your rehab is going well. Can you tell us how your knee's doing? And also, #1 pick in the draft, fellow Duke guys who we're saying is going #1, Cooper Flagg. Have you seen him play? What do you think about him?
I'll simplify. It's an exciting time to be a Dallas Maverick. It's an exciting time to be a Dallas Maverick fan. Shout out to MFFL, all the supporters that have been rocking with us, getting this